Hey guys, so today's video is everything you need to know about packing for your college dorm. I am a senior this year and I dormed my freshman year of college, so after that I was actually commuting, but I did a whole lot of helping my friends move in, helping them pack, all that fun stuff, and I feel like we all struggle from overpacking and just a bunch of stuff. So I'm trying to make your life a little bit easier. I'm going to tell you the stuff that I forgot to pack, a bunch of stuff that I wish I left at home and did not bring. I'm going to tell you about move-in day and how to make that a little bit easier, and a couple of things like how I made friends on move-in day and that kind of stuff. And then a bunch of you guys are asking me questions on Snapchat. I see them coming in right now, so hopefully I can get a chance to answer some of those for you. So let's go ahead and get started because I want to make this video as fast as possible. Don't forget to give it a giant like if you like college videos and back to school videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel here. We are super nice, and if you have any questions or if there's something that I missed or you feel like I forgot something, make sure you leave it in the comments below so that, you know, we can all learn. This is like a community. I want to be able to chat with you guys and be like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that, you know what I mean? Okay, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the stuff that I forgot. So first of all, professional attire. So many people have forgotten that, and I am personally in the business school, so we have career fairs, interviews, all that fun stuff. Not really fun, but they're required. Toothbrush cover. There's grimy areas all over your dorm, and you never know what's going to happen to your toothbrush when you're not in the room. I left mine on the bottom, in my shower caddy on the bottom of my closet. People may have stepped on it. I try not to think about that, but it was just so gross, and I wish I brought a toothbrush cover. Just would have protected it so much more. Trash bags. We didn't have trash bags for our trash bins that were provided for us, and we were stealing the ones from the main trash bin for the building where we'd all throw in our trash, and then the cleaning ladies caught on and were like, Printer. Honestly, during snowstorms, rainstorms, we personally benefited from it. My roommate and I shared one, and a bunch of people from the floor would always come in and be like, hey, can I borrow your printer? I need to print something, because everybody in college is so last minute. And for us at least, the library was not open 24 hours unless it was laundry detergent pods and quarters. I cannot tell you how many times people have dropped their laundry detergent bottles and they went tumbling down the stairs, and especially for us it was deep in the caves of the basement, so it's just a long walk to carry your laundry and all the detergent and everything, so it's just so much easier to buy the pods and be able to put it in your back pocket and take the laundry downstairs. It would just save you a lot of effort. Tissues. I got so sick freshman year, and everyone's always sick, and I had to borrow my roommate's tissues for quite some time because I didn't have my own. Sleeping bag. I had a bunch of people sleeping over all the time, but mostly people borrowed my sleeping bag because they had people sleeping over. Tupperware and silverware. If you ever want to take food from the dining hall, it's convenient to have Tupperware. And then silverware, whenever you order delivery or you bring food from the dining hall, you need to eat with something. Sometimes the delivery people forgot to bring silverware, so I had to eat my lo mein, just an extension cord for your laptop, especially when you're sitting in cafes and stuff like that. It's really handy to be able to sit far away from the outlet, but be able to still charge your laptop. It's just really handy. I'm just saying. A fan. It was so hot in our dorm because we didn't have AC, and it was just a mess. Especially at night, it was horrible. In the fall, a fan is so necessary. First aid kit. I got hurt a bunch, so it was useful to have little band-aids and stuff. And then wrinkle release, because nobody ever has time to iron. And then the only things that I can think of that I should definitely leave, I know I overpacked my clothing way too much. Always bring a lot of underwear, but heels to frat parties, nobody wears heels. I would have brought one pair of heels, because the only heels I wore were for the career fairs and stuff like that. Besides that, never. And then I brought way too many shoes. I literally only wore 3 pairs of shoes, and one of them were moccasins and the other ones were slippers. People are bums in college usually, just saying. And then clothes. I didn't wear more than half of the clothes I brought. I decided to bring my entire closet basically, and that was not necessary. You only wear the same stuff over and over and over again. You have your favorites. So what I would do is at home wear stuff throughout the day, when you're trying things on and living your life. Take the stuff that you wear all the time and know that you have to pack that, and then from that add a little bit more, but not too much. You know what I mean? Just be cautious of what you bring. Before you actually go in for move-in day, just think about the things that you're going to be bringing. There's some stuff that you just can share, cleaning supplies, vacuums. I called my roommate and was like, yo, bringing a vacuum cleaner. You don't need to bring one. And she's like, okay, cool. And then she ended up buying a printer, so we shared that. Like, it just worked out, but I understand sometimes roommates do not get along, and sometimes it's just like a little bit rough. So in those cases, I get where you need to bring your own stuff, but it's just an easier way to come into the dorm knowing that like you guys are gonna share stuff. But when we first came into like the room, I didn't bring any of my stuff up. I brought like a little bit, but the whole idea is like when you first come in, your room just has like your mattresses, your beds, your furniture. So my roommate actually arrived a lot earlier than I did, and she was like already kind of unpacking when I arrived. But the first thing we did was actually move around the room, because the way it was set up, her parents were like, no, this doesn't work, let's readjust it. And so we were all like moving furniture, trying to make it work, and it ended up working a lot better that way, the way that we set it up. We were both super happy about it, and we loved the way it was set up. It just made life a lot easier. And after that, we went ahead and started making the beds. That is like really hard because I decided to elevate my bed, and in order to do that, you have to like separate things, and her dad actually helped us out, and like it was really, really handy. But we made it work, but it required a lot of space. So before you bring in all your stuff, like kind of just try to make that arranged. And once that's arranged, what I started doing was making my bed. I put like the mattress pads on, my bedding, and like put all the pillows and everything on that. And then once that was done, I could move on to everything else. So we actually lived on the 3rd floor, and there was no elevator, but if you do have an elevator, it'll be super easy for you, but there's definitely gonna be a line for that elevator. They give you bins that you can put all your stuff in so that you can take it from your car to your dorm. But for us, since there were stairs, we brought it to the front door, and then we had to carry everything from there up the stairs to the room, which sucked so much, but it's okay. We made it. Basically, I brought stuff up, and then I would start unpacking it, and that is the key part of like remembering that when you're packing, to pack, to carry, to like make it easy to put it in the room. So clothing I put already on hangers, and then I just tied a trash bag over it, tied it, and then brought that thing with hangers and just hung it straight up into my closet. I did that, and then I hung up this thing for my shoes, and I like hung it up and immediately put all the shoes in. So like everything was kind of ready to go. I also had like a plastic bin where I had my socks and like my bras and that kind of stuff, and I already had them all inside the drawers, and all I did was just tape the drawers shut so that they don't open up while we're carrying them and stuff. But it made it super easy. That way when I brought it up, I could immediately just scoot it underneath my bed. I also had this like cage like square that I made out of it was like from Kmart. It's just basically like a shelf that you can make and connect it like so that you can make cubbies. And I made that initially, put it into my under my bed, and then I brought those cubbies. They were already filled with a bunch of stuff. So there was one with cleaning supplies, one with like other things, and that way like I could just put everything away immediately. And then for school supplies, I had it all like already separated into a backpack. It was just really easy and really fast to like put them all away. You have to make sure that you're moving fast. And for me, I was really lucky. I brought my dad with me, and so I was in the room actually unpacking things and putting things away, and he was just like slowly bringing things up, small things like one at a time, and it just made it really fast. Another thing I recommend is moving in at a different time than your roommate. I know it's like really fun to be like, hey, but it's just when people move in, your entire family comes, and it's just crazy. It's just a rough time trying to fit into a tiny room with like a bunch of people. So she actually moved in before me, and then when I came in, they actually left for lunch. So it was super easy to like move around and put my stuff around, and like I just like laid everything out and kind of put it away. After you move in, I would really recommend, or even during the process, to just stop by at people's rooms and just be like, hey, my name's like Alina, like I live in that room over there, like my roommate's like yada yada, nice to meet you, I'm from like here. Like just introduce yourself and like ask some questions like, where are you guys from, or something like that, because on the first day everyone's nervous, nobody knows anybody, and it's just like people are more open and willing to chat and figure out like who you are and try to make friends. And that's how my floor like really became a little bit more close than the other floors, I feel, because we actually like chatted and tried to introduce ourselves to everybody. It eventually like fell apart and like not people like got into like little catty arguments or whatever, but initially it was just really nice because we introduced ourselves in the very beginning. Alright, so a bunch of you guys sent in questions. I'm going to go ahead and answer them here and there, like randomly. So it's Britt says, what ways did you study for college? I'm actually going to make a separate video for you guys on like studying. If you want me to do like my study routine, like how I stay organized and like how to take good notes, I will definitely do that for you guys, but I think that like that should be like a separate video. So Angela 509, what stuff did you not realize you needed until like the week into college and classes? So I actually answered that, but into the week I realized that I really needed like more extension cords. There was just not enough for my room. I felt like I was just like borrowing outlets everywhere. So I actually went out and bought more for that case. Do you think I need a rug for the floor? Yes. We actually had a rug in our room and it made it just so much nicer and safer to walk around. Because, you know, when you buy a rug, they, like her parents bought it on sale, but like, it just like was cleaner. We knew it was clean and we could easily pick it up and take it outside or like fluff it out the window. And that way it was like clean. But the rug that was already in our room, it was just like, there were stains on it that we didn't know what they were. We wanted to walk around like in our socks in our room instead of like wearing shoes all the time, so we brought in a rug. But it's totally your choice. So I'm gonna go to Twitter really quickly because on Snapchat I posted more to my story after like showing this look and like showing some like e.l.f. makeup products, and everybody's sending me snaps on that, and I waited too long, and so all the Snapchats of like the college questions like disappeared because like my thing goes too fast. So sorry if anybody asked me questions on Snapchat and I didn't get a chance to answer them. But I definitely asked on Twitter as well, so I have a bunch of people on there. So I'm going to go in there really quick to just, you know, receive a little bit. So Lauren Gibson asks, the best way to save space if you have to pack a suitcase? I'm flying to college. Damn, that stinks. So to save space, if you have to pack a suitcase, I'm assuming you're talking about clothing. Roll your clothing and use the vacuum sealing method. Honestly, you don't need an actual vacuum. All I do is I pack my clothes into a Ziploc bag, I close it with like a little bit of an opening, and then I sit on it. My butt is big enough to take all the air out, and then I seal it, and basically all the air is out, and that kind of saves space. Also, I would recommend if you have anything that you need, like ship it. That way, like, you can, like, get it in the mail after. But also, you don't necessarily need to buy a bunch of stuff initially. Once you come to college, just purchase it when you're there, and that way you can just stay there. I know a lot of people who fly to college and stuff like that. At least a lot of my friends, what they would do is they would get a like storage place for the summer, so that all their stuff that they bought there can just stay there until the following year, the following semester starts. So YouTuber Addict, I love your name, says, straight up, just how do you know what to bring? I want to transfer like my entire room there. I don't know what's necessary besides clothing. Like, what about the big cozy pillows and excessive makeup? How do you choose what to take? So what I do personally is like 2 weeks before actually packing, or just like a week before packing or anything, just go throughout your day, and anything you pick up to use, anything you pick up to wear, you need. So during the day, whenever I pick up a mascara, I'm like, oop, I need this to pack. And immediately I put it away into like a packing cube or just like a bin where I know that that's stuff I'm taking. And that way, throughout the time that like you're actually just like living your life for a week, you realize you pick certain things up. Like, you'll pick up your tweezers, or you'll pick up like your shaving cream, and you'll be like, oh, I forgot to pack that. Stuff like that, because you live your life, you know, and like you need certain things. But when it comes to like, what do you want to bring, like, for decor? Try to bring things that are small and that can make a big impact. So don't take, like, frames and, like, pictures like that. Take, like, just flat pieces of paper of, like, pictures that you could just, like, hang up with washi tape. I brought a bunch of, like, the twinkly lights, so those are kind of compact and easy to bring, and they like make a big impact on decor. So a ton of people are asking about organization, so if you'd like to see a separate video on like simple organization and like storage solutions for dorms, like, let me know. I'd love to share that with you guys. But besides that, I'm pretty much done with everything that I wanted to say. If you have any other questions about college, just in general, like studying, whatever, leave them down in the comments below, and maybe I'll make a video separate from this in the future about one of your topics. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Don't forget to give the video a giant like so that I know you loved it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you so much. Bye.